So I don't know if you can see it. My eyes like red because I was crying because I was watching a movie and just it's really off-putting things in the world, and that movie's one of them. Has this sad music that sort of gets to you, and I don't know. I was sort of watching the movie, and it sort of just got to me like the characters in the movie. At first, I thought this character that everyone gets a crush on later on was like some kind of um some kind of she wasn't bratty, and she was like this brush off-ish character at the beginning, and then she ends up being part of this complex toy of mixture of engaging not engaging, sorry, a mixture of things. Anyway, I was watching the movie and I was like having a memory, and I was like, oh shit, I can totally relate to this movie, and even like where it is and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it just sort of made me cry, and I was like having this memory. So I should rewind this and go back to actually stating what the movie is and why I was crying. But should I? So like the movie was like a movie called Being John Malkovich, right? And and it just like the whole theme of the movie sort of, at first you think it's going to be like really really boring and I can't believe I turned it on kind of thing. That's sort of what I first thought when I saw the introduction of the puppeteers. um but then when you stop watching it, you sort of it gets more and more involving. I think at the beginning the puppets is like, makes you wonder whether or not you're gonna like the movie, and then it gets into the movie, and you sort of become absorbed in this like little weird world, and I was totally relating to it, and I was like having this memory of like being in a similar place, and it's like, I don't know, it was really tough for me because like halfway through the movie, something like clicked, and I was like having like this memory of like being treated just really terribly by a bunch of people, and then end up, you know, being picked up by, you know, by this person, and it was like, and when they were young, they were filled with confidence, and confidence that they knew what they wanted, and when I was picked up by them, I can tell that I just smiled a big smile. Like, I didn't have the best teeth in the world. I mean, that's what you notice first about me. And then, made me smile this big smile. And it's not as though I'm trying to be insulting or anything. It's just that, if I didn't have non perfect teeth, it would make all the difference in how you look. But, anyway, I was having this memory of escaping these people into this club. I'd never been to concerts or clubs before, and it was like a club. There was all these lights everywhere, and this guy was like, a really like a singer, and yeah, it sort of just treated me to a free concert in a way, and I was like, but it's really complex because I just totally forgot about that. And then, I was sort of watching this movie, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these like memories just started coming back. And I was like, being part of a concert is like really amazing. But when you're treated to one, by the person who's singing, it's like doubly amazing because you get a lot of it's a completely different thing, whether you're just going to a concert to watch someone or whether you're with the actual person who sings. But I know like everyone's going, it's just a singer, but the concert was like really amazing. It had like laser lights everywhere, and the energy felt really good. It was nice and warm, and I totally forgot, until I sort of was watching this movie, and it made me so sad. Like I was sort of like crying and stuff, and I was like, things that you forget and barely remember now. It's like really gets to you, I guess. And it got to me tonight, so I was like, and tears in my eyes, because I was like, oh my gosh, that just makes me have a tear because it was a truly disastrously romantic gesture. But I think I ended up traveling with them after that concert. Well, after quite a few things happened, but yeah, but there's nothing better than the feeling of feeling like you're gonna go back to somewhere where you belong a little bit more. But my life is so much of a fog now. It's like I barely have memories of it because after you experience things, if it's been a bad experience, you sort of block it out, but then you just also forget things after a while, and it's like, unless you've got it on video somewhere or something, you might not remember it again. That's what I was feeling like. I was feeling like, how can I forget all that? But I did, obviously, but I suddenly remembered it, and I was like, and it made me shed a tear, just the scenario of everything and stuff. I don't know. I don't know why I have memories. It's really weird. I was watching, like, within the last month, another movie, and I was like, watching it, and then it just clicked. Hey, I've actually been with, someone who's like a sports star, and I was watching like a sports star show, and I was like, I've been with someone like that, it was totally weird. I can't even say it was cool because, it was a really lopsided relationship but I mean, in a way it was cool, but in another way, I had all these memories, and I was like, I totally forget about all these things because I just don't think about them after a while, and I don't really remember them, and then I sort of think, and then I'm like, hang on, I've got a memory coming. Well, but anyway, it's sort of weird how things happen. I just took a break to answer a phone call, so I'm sort of a bit disconnected from whatever I had been talking about, but yeah, just talking about memories and how you forget things after a while, I guess. But I sort of, relate to everyone I've sort of known at some stage in the past, and I'm like, I don't even know if I've met anyone who's honest or authentically good or anything. I'm always like, and I don't know why people, I don't really know the reasons behind things, and so you're sort of always a little bit confused, and then you don't really care because you know things are going to change and it's going to wreck everything that you have, so, or potentially have. But no, um so I feel like a lot of people, I mean, it is much of the same, is always letting something down, letting you down, letting themselves down, letting others down. I don't know, but it's like people let you down, and then it's like, oh wait, they're there for you, and then they're not, and then they are, and it's like, you know, um, I'm not saying that I had a crush on my memory, but I just thought, oh, I was just crying, just totally crying, like two thirds through the movie. I was like, it just like struck me, and I was like sobbing to myself while I was watching the movie. And but I knew I liked the movie. I've watched it quite a few times before, um, but I'd sort of forgotten about this memory, and I can't explain it properly because it's too hard to explain. But um, I don't even remember why I was in this scenario. Like this morning, I was having, a conversation about like plastic surgery, and then I realized, hang on, I've been, given a handout by a plastic surgeon. I've met a plastic surgeon. He does like, and they gave me this handout. I had to pay them double the amount in return. It's like, having a loan, and then, I had to pay them twice as much as they loaned. So they loaned me the money on the condition that I would pay them double back. And I was like, because I was in sort of a fix, I agreed to it. And then I remembered that they sort of harassed me while I was trying to get the money together. And don't ask me what I did to get the money together, like within a month. But I think it was like 2 or 3 months until I'd paid it at all. And don't ask me what I had done. But I sort of remembered them visiting the place, and then they were like trying to demand things, and then they were like, yeah. And then that sort of led to another memory of dating another singer for a little while, just hanging around with them and helping them do film clips and things. And then that so I have all these memories, and then I went back to like the plastic surgery memory. I was like, what, how on earth did I meet a plastic surgeon? I would have to have been like in Hollywood or somewhere for a little while. And it's like, yeah, it probably was. It was either Hollywood or Beverly Hills or something. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, how on earth would I meet that person? And then, I keep sort of remembering things. And that's what I was thinking about this morning. So maybe it's just like a day of memories. But, um, but they had invented like this, um, plastic surgery called like, I remembered it today, but I forget what it was. No, I remembered it this morning, and I was sort of like laughing at the ludicrous of it. But no, I don't remember anymore. But I should have made a little video this morning and be like, oh, I just remembered, this plastic surgery was doing this plastic surgery called. It had this really weird name that I remembered this morning. Anyway, and so it's just a day of memories, I think. And when I remembered this one, I was like crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to fall in love with my memories. They just come. And I was sort of like crying, relating to the movie, and crying, and then thinking about the traffic, then crying again, and thinking about this club, and with all the lights, and the good feelings, and the bad things that happen, and the good things that happen. Literally, I don't even know what I'm doing most of the time, but I think that ended with a pleasant trip back to where I live. So I'm pretty sure I remember being on a plane. There's nothing better than getting what you want, and sometimes it's just to go home, or where you think you feel a little bit more like where you are used to being, and not somewhere in a foreign country where you don't even know what's happening, and you're just like going with the flow, and you don't even know why you're doing it. And it's not like you get any money anyways, so I think that's the scenario where I was in. I was sort of captured, and I didn't even know why I was there, whether it was like a modeling thing or something else. And I was like just having all these memories and all the traffic. The traffic in the movie like reminded me of the traffic I'd met, and I was like, yeah, I kind of remember that. and I was taken to this club. Had the singer sing on stage with the singer. Singer got in trouble for, bringing a laborer to the place, and they're like, I didn't care, and doing heaps of other things with the singer. I don't know, but I was like, how can I forget that? I mean, you just do. But I'm so sad right now. I don't even know why I'm sad. Because I just have all these weird memories. It's like, it just makes me sad to forget things and then remember them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so sad. Everything's so sad in the end. And you're like, oh, see, I'm still crying. A little tear in my eye. I don't even know what I want with my memories. I just have them, and I'm like, I have a sad feeling, and I'm like, that I've been that I've disconnected myself from my memories, and you think things you should remember. See, look at my other eye. It's my hideous side. Yeah, he's crying and stuff. So, this I like this angle. I really need makeup on before I film. I'm so sad tonight. I thought I'd just say that. I'm just really sad. And it's all because I was having memories while I was watching a film. I didn't even know what to say to myself. I'm just scared that I'm at the end of my I think I've come and gone over so many things, and I just feel like don't know anyone anymore. I don't really have anyone there for me, and it's just upsetting me that I think everything good and bad that's ever been around you is already gone. And I didn't even know who to talk to about that. It's like so upsetting. And you're happy that things are gone because otherwise you'd be miserable. But I don't know. It's like you feel alienated now. You don't really know what you should be doing. Oh my gosh. This side's crying, this side's only watering. And you're like going, oh, what the hell should I be doing about it? It's like, I don't know. What do you think you should be doing? And you're like, I don't know. I'm too busy trying to get a freaking house to live in, and it's not coming. Not coming at all. Nothing's coming. Not even nothing. Absolutely nothing's coming. And you're like, oh my gosh, is that like the worst thing in the world?